Hello everybody, this is Captain Law. I'd like to welcome you to the Star Trek Online Technical Files. Today in episode 1 we're going to be looking at missiles, a unique subcategory of torpedoes. They all share a 180-degree firing arc and a very low cooldown. Now there are 3 in the game, so these are actually fairly rare weapons. The first one we're going to look at right here, Rapid Fire Missile Launcher. You get this one from the Lobby store, 200 Lobby regular price, so it's very expensive. 2-second recharge. This straight up kinetic damage does virtually no kinetic damage. It's very bad. It's probably the worst of all of the available missile launchers. I would avoid this. You're really not getting anything out of it. Next, Spatial Torpedo Launcher, also from the Lobby store, also 200. 20% bonus damage on hit if the target's nearest shield facing is down. However, just straight up kinetic damage, so you're really not going to get much out of it. It doesn't hit very hard, even with the bonus damage it's pretty bad. High yield fires off a volley of missiles. All the actual missile launchers fire a volley of missiles, with the exception of the next one we're looking at, which is the Kentari. Fires a big ass nuclear missile. Slow, gets shot down a lot. Damage on high yield 1 2 is pretty bad. High yield 3 is okay. You get this one from a mission. 2/3 of the damage is radiation over 3 seconds. So if you've got a temporal specialization selected, you get atrophy defenses. So as long as it's got a dot on it, -10 all damage resist. And it's free. It comes from the mission Mirrors and Smoke. And it's a pretty solid missile launcher. It's the only solid missile launcher. Now we're comparing this one against a dark matter torpedo launcher. This is considered the meta single torpedo in the game. If you're doing a build with 1 torp and energy weapons, this is what people generally use. 2-piece bonus combined with either the Lorca's Custom Fire Control System console or the heavy dual beam bank gives you, on critical hit, +1 critical severity up to 25 times. If you have all 3 pieces, the phasers, the Lord's Custom Fire Controls, and the torpedo, you get a free dark matter torpedo every second at every target within range, which is at 50% health or lower, max 1 torpedo per target. This also has a dot. Each attack puts a stack of dark matter dissolution on the target. Lasts 20 seconds, ticks every second. This will also give you the atrophy defenses, -10 all damage resist. We tested all 3 of these weapons against each other. We tested on Beneath the Skin on Elite, which is part of the J-Ulis Discovery arc. Fought up until we defeated the Dreadnought, then warped out. Did it 5 times each weapon. Identical builds. Only thing I did was switch out the weapons. The dark matter torpedo did get the bonus of having the full 3-piece set, so it got the critical severity. Actually, all of them got the critical severity because all 3 had the phasers and the Lorca's Custom Fire Control, so they all got that. The dark matter also got the free dark matter torpedo every second at enemies below 50% health. We ran it 5 times throughout the one run, which was farthest from the statistical norm. Averaged the other 4. Here's what we found out. Dark matter torpedo. And okay, this is also full run DPS. There's more about how well a weapon does than just looking at damage it does. It also, how does it affect your flying style? How does it affect your other weapons? That kind of thing. So looking at total run, as long as the builds are identical, is the best way of doing it. Dark matter torpedo came out right here, 154,345, which is pretty good. Next, Kentari Mass-Produced, 145,257. So only 5.89% lower than the dark matter torpedo. So very close, considering this is the meta one. This is, the Kentari is considered absolute trash. The Kentari Mass-Produced Missile Launcher, if you're using the Torment engine especially, which boosts your radiation and your physical damage, which is also boosting the dark matter torpedo, by the way. It boosts the radiation damage for your missiles, and it's a good weapon. Even without the turbine engine, these would both be about the same distance apart. Spatial torpedo down here, you'll lose 19.46 DPS over using the dark matter. Spatial torpedo is very, as you can see, pretty bad. But the takeaway from this is, if you want to run a missile weapon, the free Kentari Mass-Produced Missile Launcher is almost as good as the meta single torp in the game. You're going to get plenty of DPS out of it. It's not going to be as good if you're DPS chasing. It won't be quite as good as the dark matter. But the Kentari Mass-Produced Missile Launcher is it's solid, and I can definitely recommend it. Just don't use any of the torpedoes on high yield. The damage bonus from it is negligible, and the Kentari Mass-Produced Missile Launcher's missile can get shot down. And even if it hits, it's not that great. And as far as the 10-second cooldown whenever you use a high yield, it might be bugged. I cannot verify for certain, but it looks like on concentrate firepower, which is supposed to reset the cooldown of your torpedoes, does not reset the cooldown of your Kentari Mass-Produced Missile Launcher. So you get 10-second cooldown on this, meaning this does not work with concentrate firepower. You'll get like 1-2 missiles off, and you'll end up wasting a lot of high yields if you're using anything else. And if I haven't mentioned already, none of the missiles, even on high yield, trigger the subspatial warhead trait, which is considered to be a big DPS booster for any kind of missile torpedo-based kinetic build. Sorry, not missiles. Torpedo-based kinetic build. So, don't let people dissuade you. You can use the Kentari Mass-Produced Missile Launcher and still do just fine. Maybe we'll get some new ones in the future. Maybe we'll get some traits or something that will make these a little more meta, especially the spatial and the rapid fire. But we'll see. That's all. That's all for today. I'll see y'all next time at episode 2.